You should now know how to manipulate sections, settings, and controls. Settings are the actual settings that get toggled, but they don't display in the customizer without an actual control assigned to them. Those controls are placed into sections, either one of the sections that are already added by WordPress or your own custom sections. In this video, I'll show you how to use some of the custom controls that exist in Core and how to build your own control. Let's add a color picker control. When Themes options were still on the theme options pages, pulling in a color picker from WordPress Core required a bit of doing. Sure, all the stuff was there, but you needed to add your own JavaScript file, and having multiple color pickers on the same page was tricky. All that's changed now with the color picker control. First, we need to create the setting. So once again, I use my add setting method on the WP Customize object. This setting will control the font color. This time though, I'm using the post message type. This is so I can do live updating later on. Next, I'm going to add a control for this new setting. I start adding my control normally, but this time, instead of just passing the color name to the add control method, I'm calling in a whole new class, WP Customize Color Control. To this class, I pass the WP Customize object, then my option name, and finally, an array of arguments. The rest is the same as before, except since my control is so customized, I don't need to define a type. It already knows I want a color picker. The section I'm putting this into is the built-in color section, and I'm using a built-in sanitization function, sanitize hex color. Now I've got a new color picker control. There are 4 more built-in controls like this, one that adds an uploader, one that allows users to select or upload an image, one that allows users to select a new background image, and one that allows users to select a new header image. These are all still pretty specific controls, and there are times when you might want something else. So, let's create a brand new control that lets us add a text area for some custom footer text. This is done by creating a new class. We can't just create this class anywhere though. We need to create this class in the function that's called by the Customize Register action, which is the function that has all of our other settings and controls and whatnot. I'm going to call my class AP Core Text Area Control, and it will extend the WP Customize Control class. I'm defining a public type, which is how this control will be defined when we're adding the control to the customizer. The next bit is just overriding the default render content function with our own, which is just a matter of adding some HTML with some areas where we'll get information from WordPress or the setting that we'll be calling this control type. Inside the label, I'm adding this label, which allows that label to be defined by the control when it's called. Then I start my text area element, but I need to use a this link function, which lets the theme customizer add a specific data attribute for the text area. Inside the text area is what will be the customizable content. So this gets a this value. So it uses whatever value is stored there, either the default value or the custom value that the user sets. Now all we need to do is use it. So I start again by creating a setting. This setting is for the footer text, and I'm giving it a transport of post message. Like the others, it's an option and requires the user to have at least the Edit Theme Options capability. Now I'm going to add my control. Like the color picker, when I add my control, I instantiate a new class, this time my AP Core Text Area Control class. I'm giving it a label of footer text that will take the place of the this label, and I'm putting it into a new section I've called AP Core Advanced for advanced settings, and using the type of text area. The sanitization callback will be using another core function, escape text area. Now you can create any type of option you can think of by either using one of the existing controls or creating your own.